Welcome back to M Hood Fishing, everybody. Before I settle down into a spot for this afternoon, I'm going to cruise around here looking for trout and other things with artificials. I'm on the ICW. It's nice and calm looking, no traffic, because I believe they're still working on the lock down there that got damaged when someone ran into it a couple months ago. I'm going to start with the popping cork. Got a tiger bait here. Monday was the full moon and there was a front associated with it. Wind and weather. Dropped pretty cold, and the next day was about the same, and the next day was about the same. So this is Wednesday. There we go, right off the bat. This morning was chilly, but it warmed up. It is now, yes indeed, we got us a keeper trout right there, definitely. It's now in the 60s, but it's gonna chill out again. Got dinner as well. The excitement, it was a little delayed, but I'm just like, how brilliant, how freaking brilliant is that? My absolute first cast on this session with an artificial gets a keeper trout. Some of you know that I've been trying to make artificials work for me on this stretch for quite a while. It started out looking for bass and crappie and other things with the jig and just not doing anything well. I have caught on the ICW with artificials. We're gonna get a tape on this real quick. They have to be 13, and I feel like that is 13. Damn me if it's not though, right? My friend Jordan, I heard from his brother that he was catching further down from here trout on artificials just recently. I don't know how recent, maybe a month ago or more. I got a keeper trout. This was before the 13 came in, before they changed the number. I got a keeper trout that was over 12 out of the cast net, and I let it go. All right, let's put this tape on this fish. Close your mouth, buddy. He don't want to close his mouth. We'll go with the bottom jaw. We're at 16 here. That is definitely a keeper trout, guys. 16 inches. Got dinner. I know I should have posed with that fish. I didn't even do an IG, but it's in the cooler. I'm just in such a hurry to get back. I had a feeling this spot would be at least a good place to start. In the past, I've seen feeding here a lot. It wasn't from trout. There we go. Got another one. Second cast. Oh, did he come off? He may have came off, guys. No, he didn't. He's still here. This feels small. He came off. Not the first time I thought he came off, but he came off. In the past, when it wasn't so salty up in here, I would stop here sometimes to see if I could get bass, because I would see a lot of feeding right out in front of us. And the reason why there's so much saltwater fish, well, you know, brackish fish up in here, is because it's associated with our drought. We had another takedown. We're just repeatedly getting takedowns out there. Because we have such low water in the area, the tide is able to come up further and further into places where it's not usually coming up so far into, which leads to some places just getting totally messed up, because all the vegetation up in there is freshwater vegetation, and when that salt comes up in there, kills it. Now the other day I was out in Lafitte And the spot that we love to fish was just plagued by tons of dead hyacinth. And some people may be like, well, that's not that big of a deal. It's a good thing, because hyacinth is an invasive species. And, you know, it's an invasive species that just absolutely engulfs the states at times. So, yeah, I guess it's good that it's all dying, but it's also bad that there's so much dead stuff all of a sudden in the water. It changes the chemical makeup of the water and everything, because there's just so much of it at once. It's kind of a disaster. Even if it is an invasive species, you don't fear it now that it's dead. You fear it now because it's dead, because there's just so much of it that's dead in the water. There we go. Gotcha. This is like my 4th cast here. Something like that. He's still with us. I'm surprised that our first fish was a keeper. This looks like he might be. Yeah. That's about the same size as the first one. You know, 1 is better. 2 is better than 1, I was about to say. But when you're one dude and it's trout, and your neighbors don't accept trout unless you cut it, and sometimes not even that, how many fish can you eat? Because you can't freeze these. I know people who say they do, they vacuum pack them, but I just like to take home what I think I can eat in a few days. And I'll keep these fresh. I'll cut it up, and if I don't eat it tonight, right, I'll have the fillet in the refrigerator. In summer I would do this. I would have some ice with the bag in the refrigerator, but right now, seeing that it's not summer, we can just put the fillets in the coldest part of the refrigerator in a Ziploc bag if we don't eat it all tonight. But two can go in my belly tonight, I think. Let's see what this is. Okay, at the tail, yeah, we got just a little over 14 inches there. That's a keeper. Do you believe that I brought 6 rods out here with me? I thought we were gonna probably just be doing a little bit of this and with nothing to show from it, and then at some point sit down for a catfish session, because I do have some cut bait. And as you can hear, within this vicinity close by, there's a shotgun. I believe that's a shotgun going off. We might just not ever get to the catfish part. I'd planned on getting to it today. I was wanting to do a catfish video today, and then maybe some carp. I kind of want to go carp fishing, but it's trout today. That's what it is today, let me tell you. Not only is it trout today, it's a catch and cook, because we're gonna get my boots filled. Look at this. What's going on here? All of a sudden, the water's shifting crazy, and like, you see this? It just appeared. Water level's going down all of a sudden. What's going on? It's all getting sucked that way. Oh, there we go. I was sitting here looking at stuff, talking to you, and I had a bite, but I missed it. What is going on? Is there traffic coming or something? Maybe there is and I can't see it, but this water is getting sucked to my left like crazy fast and dropping. See how much it's dropped? That mound of mud right there wasn't exposed. Now the water's coming back at us, coming up. Maybe there's something coming that I can't see. It's been a while since I've been on this canal and saw traffic. All right, I've come a little further down the bank of this. See, this bank is all shell. Yeah, there's a barge coming. That's what it is. You might not be able to see it because we're looking into the sun there, and it's kind of painful, isn't it? So we're gonna keep looking this way. We're gonna throw back out maybe before he gets up in here. Maybe we can get us another fish. When he was making that water move to the left and I was preoccupied looking at it, I did have a bite. So I don't think he's quite messing up the fish yet. He might be making a move. So we might be able to get into something before we just let him get in front of us and leave. See how he's kind of seems to be coming at an angle, and you got the crewmate up there on the front, and he's working a rope. He's getting a rope ready. I think they're about to tie off. I think they're about to moor down from us. We'll see how far down they go. Hopefully they get out of my way, but if they don't, we'll go to another spot. I've done 2 casts and nothing, and now I'm just watching. I see a lot of gulls on the other side of the boat diving, so I'm thinking that trout have moved over there. So that's where all that activity is, right? So this may be the last one. Sometimes the third one is the charm, but not always. That's just what people say. People don't know what they're saying always. Back through the Hobbit tunnel to the bike because we've made a decision. Let's get away from this fuel barge. This may not be the best decision going down below the barge. What happens sometimes is not just the noise and the turbulence, it's the clarity and the, you know, the water. They changed the water. He's making it muddy, at least on my side. We'll go down here and see if it's muddy down here as well. We might behoove to head up above him. However, those spots up above him are a little bushwhacky. Honestly, I got my dinner. I could call it here, but my boots aren't filled yet. This water's a little muddy right here off this bulkhead, but it's probably a lot different way out there, and because that's a good weighted popping cork, we're able to get it out there, and we can still see it even though that we're kind of blinded by the sun. We're staring almost into it, and we were getting a lot of bites over there before Jane came out that way, about that distance. They must have finished them repairs because there's traffic now. I may have just got here right before the window of opportunity closed. We're gonna go as far down below this boat as I can. Even though it's not looking good right now, let me tell you, it's much better than I expected. I thought if I do get into some trout, they're likely to be undersized. I did not think that my first cast would be a 16-inch trout, and then my third or fourth or whatever it was, that cast produced a 14-inch, so it's all good from here. Years ago, when I started this channel, you know, I just wanted to get a camera and film myself doing stuff, and it would be fishing and other things, but fishing became the dominant content. I understood back then that you could get trout from the bank, but it was a certain time of year and you had to time it with the tide, and it didn't always work. So this is a blessing. This is good. Must say, water clarity is a little better here. We'll give it a go. one of the unique factors about this session being a blessing, I think, is the fact that I didn't have to travel miles. Because back in the day, if you called it just right, you're going to go get trout from the bank because you were calling it right, you had to drive a good ways. Wasn't like 5 minutes from your house like it is today. 5 minutes from the house. We could call it right now in about 5 minutes or more, because we probably got to walk the dog, so it's more than 5 minutes, but we could be cooking anytime now. Gotcha. Oh man, that's the second time right here, about like maybe 15 feet in front of me, a takedown. Not very big fish, maybe this small trout. There's probably white trout in here as well. Let's see how. Yeah, we're looking good there. Oh, gotcha, finally. Oh, this is not a trout. Right off the rocks here, twice in a row. I don't have any fish grips on me or my net down here, but we'll probably be okay. This has got to be a redfish. I was thinking about grabbing the gold spoon and just switching out for reds, because I had a feeling that reds were feeding around here. I'm gonna let him run to a certain extent. This is 20-pound test, medium rod. This is the rod that I primarily use for the popping cork. I have another rod here that I like to use just for fishing a jig on the bottom for trout and other things. And they're both about the same. Oh, I'm not sure what this is. I saw its body, but it was kind of dark. I'm guessing it's a red because it's fighting like one. It's not fighting like a cat. Got the drag kind of loose, but not super loose. It's just 20-pound. It's a 20-pound leader under the cork of fluorocarbon and a 20-pound main line that is a red. It's all the tail. It's an expensive popping cork. What, 4 Horsemen? So we're gonna baby him so we don't lose an expensive popping cork. Do have another one in the pack in case we do, but anything and everything you can do to avoid losing one is the best measure to take. Yep, it's a decent size red. Dark, it's just dark colored. When he initially broke the water, I just saw black. I was like, whoa, what, wait a minute. Awfully dark. It's the water quality. But as soon as we get him up here, he's gonna change colors slightly. We're gonna baby him in. We need to put this rod somewhere. Get on down here. Got my hand on the fluorocarbon, and well, thanks for swimming right up into that. Ah! Little stinker. Whoa, little stinker. About took my thumb out there with them. Nice. Not bothering to measure or weigh. He's no trophy. Yeah, you're right, but just another fish to fill the boots. 1, 2. So I'm gonna let this one go because I'm just one guy, and because of where I live and what I do, I'm not trying to fill the refrigerator with fish, because 2 is enough. 2 or 3, but I'd say 2 is enough for dinner tonight, and we can always get more tomorrow. Maybe if the weather holds off, it might be a little shitty out tomorrow. But yeah, you're right, this would make a good coubillon fish, but it'd also make a good bull red as well. So let's let him go, and he'll have a chance to be a bull. Nice. Okay, there we go. That's a nice, ah, my goodness. You're still there. You're still there. Yes. Oh, I thought we lost him. Or is this a second fish? Maybe we lost one and caught one. I don't know, but we got one. We got one. It's fighting pretty good. I wonder what we got. I'm a little high up on the rocks here, though. Ooh, I know that's 16 or better. That's definitely over 13, let me tell you. Oh my goodness. Okay, 15 and a half. Wow, 15 and a half, almost 16. Dang there. Yes, yes. What a beautiful session. I might just jet soon. Let me tell you something. A lot of times I come here and it's pitiful. Occasionally get a nice big blue, but a lot of times it's keeper blues or just channels, small stuff. Yeah, and sometimes it's worse than that, but amazing. You know, you gotta say there's a positive side to the drought and a negative side. And sometimes a day like this helps you look past the negative part, because there's quite a bit of that. You know, well, hey, 5 minutes from the house, every fish a keeper. It's supposed to keep 15 now, and I'm not trying to get to that point. I might keep one more, but probably not. We will spend a little more time here. I know a lot of you local kids are going to be crawling on like flies to a poop hill here pretty soon after you see this video. Yeah, I don't blame you. Just don't leave the trash. Remember, if you trash the spot, signs pop up. And we don't want them signs popping up. So if you do know where I'm at and you come out to get some trout, don't leave your plastic bottles and all your other crap here. Take it with you, because remember, you trash the spot, signs pop up. Look at that. Won't be long before it's dark. The bite stopped not too long ago. Stopped getting bites. Let's get out of here. 10-100 spot. I definitely feel the chill. That temperature is dropping. I think it's supposed to be in the 40s, if not the low 50s tonight. Cold again, but things are changing. What gets me is it's going to warm up as we come into the weekend, but also be very, very wet. So 70-degree weather coming, but it's going to be wet. Traffic. I'm stuck in traffic. I don't like that. And there we go. Bob's your uncle. I just got back with the dogs. Guess what? Everything's dirty. Well, that's what this cup of tea is for. I'm gonna clean the kitchen, and then we actually need to take a fair bit of time with this catch and cook, because what I'm cooking is going to take a fair bit of time. All right, the kitchen is clean. Before I ever cut the fish though, I want to start some lentils. This is what I planned on making regardless tonight. I wanted to get this bag of lentils out of the way. We're going to make the whole thing. It's going to be more than I can eat. We'll be having lentils tomorrow. Garlic. I want to add 2 more vegetables. I got mustard greens here and a little bit of sweet potato I wanted to add, but look at this over here. It's looking crowded, right? Like I have a little bit of room. Honestly, that's going to shrink down. I'm putting organic vegetable broth in here, just what I have left of it, and then I'll add water and we'll just start getting some heat underneath that pot. That'll shrink down a little bit. Made up the difference with water. Ooh, really crowded now. We are at that point where that's just too crowded. Feel like I'm cooking for a small army right now. I've got all the vegetables in there that I want. I'm probably going to add some more liquid now. We're going to add some spices and some salt. That's good for now. Put a little olive oil in there. It's a blend of stuff, vegetable magic. Just a little bit of this. This is allspice, just a little bit. Need to start stirring. It's boiling. Problem is, I wish I had a bigger pot than that with a lid. I got stock pots, but they're a little too big and deep for what I want to do. So I got an idea, because this don't have a lid, but I'm getting the sniffles a little bit. Hope I don't have a cold. So I think I can make this work. I think I can come up with something that can work like a lid. That was 3 bay leaves I just put in there. That works. I'm just gonna let this simmer for an hour. I'm gonna keep checking it, but I'm gonna move on with my stuff. You know, I gotta say something. AT&T is becoming annoying. You go to Walmart, they bother you. Just right before opening this clip, there was like a magic knock, you know, like someone doing a secret knock on the door. Like something, not even like really, I was like, who the hell is that? Like, it's that kind of knock you think it's one of your buddies, right? Dogs just start freaking out. I'm like, that ain't nobody that has any business knocking on my door. It's like 7 o'clock right now. It's pitch black outside. I'm standing here cooking and I hear that knock and I look over at the door. That coonhound just went boom to the door and started freaking out. I turned on the porch light and look, because I'm like going, who is it? And I hear me, 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 me. I'm like, what? It's all I can hear is it's me, 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 me. It's me, 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 me. So I look out and standing back from the door, this tall silhouette, and I said, who is it? He says it again, AT&T, right? It's AT&T. And I'm like, well, maybe this is legit, maybe it's not, because you got a clipboard. And I said, bro, my dogs are freaking out so bad, I can't understand what you're saying, and I'm pretty sure you have no business up here with me. You know, he was trying to like, oh, would you like to switch over to AT&T? I would not. I already got that on my phone, but you know, they're coming around probably knocking on everybody's door trying to get you to switch over to AT&T. They're becoming as bad as Jehovah's Witness knocking on the door. My goodness. Tell you what, made me feel old, because the thought going through my mind was, who the hell is knocking on my door at this time of night? It is 7 p.m. and someone knocking on my door that I didn't even have a text. Yeah, that makes me feel old, calling 7 late at night. But yeah, you shouldn't be knocking on people's doors when there's no porch light on and it's dark outside. I'll put this on the simmer. It's just like I said, going to take an hour. I'm going to be checking it, stirring it every now and then. I got to move on. He probably heard me in here talking to you, and that's why he came and knocked on the door, because I bet he's knocked on a lot of doors and had a lot of, you know, people say go away, or didn't, you know, they went and they hid in the safe room or something because they're like thinking it's Jehovah's Witness or Mormons or something, or yeah, maybe everybody feels the same way. Maybe they run when it's AT&T now, and I got my first treatment of the AT&T knock on the door. But yeah, all good. It's all good. Is it all good, Tulsa? Is it all good? Yeah, you scared the crap out of him. He got away from the door when you started barking. Yeah, they probably got tired of us not answering our phone when they called to bug us about switching over to their world. So now they're knocking on our doors, you know, because first they tried at Walmart, right? But then we just go right by them like, not interested, bro. It's been an hour, but I'm gonna let it go a little longer. I'm gonna add my secret weapon to it right now. Golden curry. It's a roux. It's a roux block. Japanese style curry. Just add one of those in there. These packs come with 4 blocks. One should be enough. I don't want it too strong. I added another one. Let's cut that big one first. This is the last one. I'm actually just going to cook 3 fillets. 2 of those are from the 16-incher, and then one of them's from the 15-incher. Putting Old Bay on and dust them a little bit on both sides. Extra virgin olive oil. I've already heated my pan up. I'm on a medium heat. I can guarantee that there's already a lot of comments. I don't like lentils. Man, that's gross. You might notice that I am not cooking for you. I'm cooking for me. It's not to everyone's cup of tea, right? It's not to everyone's liking the way I cook. Sometimes I cook what maybe you could deem as normal. Other times I'm cooking something that you never heard of. Looks like I cooked enough lentils for a week, which is cool. It's probably less than you think, and I'm probably gonna eat it faster than that. And right here, I'm just looking for this to go white and flaky. Really simple. I'm not doing anything special here with the fish. Just the Old Bay seasoning goes good with this type of seasoning here. This is kind of a Indian sort of thing, but it's Japanese curry. And the allspice and the sweet potato and all that. That is pretty much Ital. I make stuff like this. That kind of combination with the greens. Sometimes it's black eyed peas, not lentils, but lentils are very good for you. You don't have to soak them. We're just getting an extra protein here, adding the fish. We got a lot of rough fish here, a lot of vitamins. It'll take you a long ways. Plus the spice will warm you up because it's kind of chilly in here and chilly out there. We're getting there. Got a bit of a breakup here. The spatula tried to play marriage counselor and made it worse. Spatulas do not make good marriage counselors, but we can fix it. It don't matter. You can break up all you want, fish, but we gonna eat you. You're going to the same place. We're gonna break you up and recoalesce you there. Made some rice. See, that curry roux not only kicked this spice up a little bit with my lentils, it thickened up the lentils, making it like a gravy. All right, the spatula is just being a spatula now. Does it taste better than it looks? You bet it does. Woo. Don't be afraid of the spice. This spice, anyway. Don't put anything called monkey dust on your food.
Yeah, you're right. Curry, allspice, that's all good. Old Bay. Old Bay is really an appealing flavor when it's a little chilly outside. It just kind of warms you up. It's more popular on the East Coast, Maryland area. A lot of people in Florida like it, but I don't know if it's like a Florida thing. Oh, it's kind of like a Sasheries sort of thing in another place. That is comforting. That is really heartwarming. That is perfect. Perfect for right now. I'm so hungry. I'm not going to stop anytime soon. But I must. I tell you, I must, because I'm not going to stand here and hold this camera forever while I eat all this. Tempted. However, I got to say this. Thanks for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, being a member, and I will see you next time.